we have any newcomers over there at the back? Yes, some of them, right? Okay, so very quickly, the rules of our pitching competition: 3-minute pitch sharp. I'll push you out if you don't. Then we'll have our judges here. We have time for one question, minute and a half. Okay, so make it brief. Also your answers. The briefer you make the answer, the more questions I can take. You'll be judged in innovation, scalability, team viability, and investability. And now I am gonna ask for the help of the audience as before, because we have probably one of the largest juries in the world in the history of pitching competitions. So you should be very proud of yourselves. You're setting some kind of world record. But I'm gonna need the help of the audience. So just for those that weren't here before, every time I say a name, we go, hey. Okay, we can do that? Let's do it with mine. Alex Barrera. Okay, but I'm gonna need more energy, okay? So, it's a long list, so just pace yourself, as they say, pace yourself. So, are we ready? Okay, so please welcome our judges: Fabio Lancelotti from Aster, Diego Cordon from BBVA, Mónica Martín from Cepsa, Raúl García from Correos, Antonio Castellanos de Toro from Enel Innovation Hub Europe, Pierre Devillar from Eurosio, Juan Benítez from Ferrovial, Shanil Parekh from Hertz Ventures, higher José Antonio Barrio Nuevo from Iberia, Louis Fang from InMotion Ventures, and Post from Inverready. It's getting low, eh? Come on, we're still there. Paloma Muñoz from Kita Ventures, Nate Jarrett from Maniv Mobility, May Burrows from Multiple, our dear friend Sean Seaton Rogers from ProFounders Capital, Philip Werner from Project A, the good Rodrigo Sepúlveda from Sepúlveda Capital, 3 more, Ladislao Ceituno, Telefónica, Ramon Lopez from Veolia, and our dear friend Unai Franco from White Pig Ventures. Good applause for all of them. We got through that. So pleasure having you. Thank you all for your time. And without further ado, we're going to do rock and roll. Very, very friendly face that has been coming to South Summit for many years. A very good friend. So please let me introduce our next startup on a mission to unlock the full potential of garages and see what you can build through that. Please welcome our friend startup all the way from Spain, Enzo Zamora, CEO and co-founder of Hobby Hub.
In Europe and 9 million just in Spain. There are garages everywhere. Our mission is to unlock the full potential of garages to make them a valuable space in people's life. Let me tell you how a dream team made by a hacker, a hipster, and a hustler is making this a reality. First, we tackle garage remote issues like how to avoid garage theft by doors being left open or unauthorized copies of remotes, or even how do I share access of my garage when I'm away. All this is solved by our universal solution that turns the smartphone into smart garage remotes. Tackling an opportunity, sorry, one sec. Tackling an opportunity of, there we go. The live issue, one sec. This is how in delay, no worries.
Sorry, can you?
Yeah, no problem.
1 minute more.
Let me try with this one. Let's see. This one is dead. Now it's going. What is the receiver? Behind. Let me try this. No, because it's not moving. No problem. I'm going to repeat, so I will bother you again from scratch, and that's it. No problem.
Maybe we talk.
Yeah. Grab a beer. Yeah.
We can do beer.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do beer. So, anyway, are you less nervous now that your presentation failed?
Yeah.
Well, thank
I mean, I was born to embrace this type of failures. You
He's
get
a-
down 10
he's a
times, you wake up 11. That's
He's a
it.
natural. He was telling me, you know, I've done this many times, but yeah, 3 minutes is still too much.
Yeah.
You know, he's a Latin. He needs 5 to 7 minutes to actually do this. It's actually funny to see, for example, all the different teams when we're dealing with the answers working now.
And so start again, please.
Yeah, no problem.
I will reset everything, but before I do that, but it's funny to see, for example, the Americans, when they get a question, it's like, "Doo-doo." You go like, yeah, wow. And then the Latin, Spanish, Italian, you know, they go like, blah, 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 like I'm doing right now, okay? And so, all yours.
1 sec, 1 sec.
1 sec? Works? No? Yes? No?
More or less. Yes. ¿Ves? Ahí cuando le das, dale ahora otra vez, dale para atrás.
There you go.
No, que no está haciendo.
We can fix humanity with the startups, but the clicker always
No problem, no
fails.
problem. If not, if you have a laptop, I can move and pitch from there. I don't care.
Just once.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's give him a big applause and we reset everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So as remember, there are more than 125 million in Europe and 9 million just in Spain. For all of them, our mission is to unlock the full potential of garages to make them a valuable space in people's life. Let me tell you how a team made by a hacker, a hipster, and a hustler is making this a reality. First, we tackle garage remote issues, like how to avoid garage theft by door being left open or unauthorized copies of remote, or even how do I share access of my garage when I'm away. Things like this are solved by our universal solution that turns a smartphone into smart garage remote, tackling a business of more than 400 million in recurrent revenue. Then we tackle society issues like how to avoid failed deliveries and all their impact, how to boost electric vehicle adoption, or even how to enable autonomous vehicles to get in and out of what is locked them in their journey, which is a garage. All this is solved by us, thanks to the creation of our new generation services marketplace and the connection of all this industry in the smart mobility to the garage, extending our opportunity an extra 100 million in recurrent revenue. This is the reason why we have won more than 15 awards, and the press compares us like the Apple of garages. In the delivery category, we're turning the garage of single-family homes into a mailbox, avoiding the need of users to wait at home for the packages, and last-mile couriers to have unattended deliveries, completely forgetting about the issues of failed deliveries and all their impact. This is the reason why the innovation director of Seur DPD declared that we are enabling them to not only reduce costs, but also their CO2 footprint. All this business enables us to scale fast due to our B2C, but mostly B2B2C approach and all the ubiquity that the NGS partners generate. With our approach and our outstanding team, we have achieved many things validating our product market fit, from which we can highlight. We have gathered more than 10,000 users, 700 reviews, with an average of 4.7 out of 5 stars. We gathered the contracts with the biggest players in the sectors like Seur, DPD, Correos, Naturgy, Iberdrola, and even Ford Motors. But by addressing this ambitious mission, we not only tackle and create a business of more than 500 million in recurrent revenue, but most importantly, we make a significant impact in the Sustainable Development Goals towards smart and sustainable mobility, saving CO2 emissions equivalent to whole countries like Portugal. This is the reason why we are here today, to invite South Summit and investors to join on in our mission. Apple, Amazon, and the most disruptive companies in the last century that were born into a garage and then conquered the world. Homie Hop is ready to be the next one. Don't miss your chance and join us now. Thank you.
You had 2 extra seconds. You had 2 extra seconds. You stressed. Okay, my dear friend. Questions for our friend Enzo? Unai, please.
Hi, thank you. Ray Franco from Whitepeak. I'm interested in the electric car use cases. How do you integrate with chargers? If you do so, or do you have your own devices and offering for charging? And if you do collaborate, what is the value out of integrating with your platform?
Yes, so we don't integrate with chargers. If you think in chargers, there are public chargers and there are private chargers. We enable these Airbnb or platforms of EV chargers to expand their network by integrating their account with HomeHub account, users account, and therefore enabling 24/7 access to those chargers. Therefore, expanding the network not only in quantity of chargers, but also in pricing, because private chargers usually are slower, so therefore cheaper. Therefore, dynamizing the offer for that. So at the end, remember that our business has two levels: the access, the garage, smart lock for you as a user, and then enables you that if you have a charger and you see an Airbnb that is integrated with us, you can sync your accounts and you completely forget about taking care of that charger. No matter if you're a single family home, multi-family home, or even a commercial business that has a lot of chargers that is empty doing businesses. So therefore benefiting both users, society, and companies.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of time, and so thank you so much.
Yeah.
Pleasure having you again on stage. See you, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay, and we're moving on with our next company. Who here has bought a car recently? Raise your hand. Okay, a couple. Those of you that have it very fresh, you will remember that the experience of getting a car, no matter who you are, tends to be very analog compared to the usual digital process that we have, right? There's many stakeholders involved: the car manufacturer, the place where you get the car, how do you take the car there, then you have the insurance on one side, and all that stuff tends to be done still by hand. So very analog process. So our next startup basically said, hey, we can, and we did, build the unifying digitalizing app to digitalize the last mile of the car sales. So to talk about that, please welcome our next startup. Very big applause for Miguel Morenés, CEO of Acerca Partners and developer of iDogCar.
Hello. Trying to get through, but
I'm so sorry. No, pero no está haciendo
I don't know, maybe I'm electrically charged or something and I broke it. Okay, yes.
these ones. I'm so sorry.
Okay, thank you. Hello. The automotive industry has been concentrating into greater groups for the past few decades. These started basically in the manufacturing side of the industry, but has been transferring also towards the distribution side of the industry. This is due to a very mature industry in which margins are getting smaller and smaller, and it's very difficult to increase profitability and benefit through price raising. So companies need to find out another way to increase those benefits. What we saw is that there was hardly no innovation in back office processes since the introduction of the ERP and DMS in the distribution industry. There was a lot of manual processes, heavily reliant on paper, that made it really cost inefficient and very difficult to standardize and to share the information in real time. We decided, or we saw an opportunity to launch iDogCar. iDogCar is the first digital process manager developed specifically for the automotive sector. It is made by industry people, with the help of industry people, for industry people. It contains the best practices of the industry. It uses the latest technology. It is a web-based, cloud-stored, API REST-enabled solution with a variable price associated directly to the operations done over the vehicle, and with an unlimited users policy that helps integrate all stakeholders of the process. We're already present in Spain, Mexico, Peru, and Italy through our partners and clients. One of our clients having been able to make savings of up to 1.5 million euros in the first year of operations. We use the latest technology. We have the top security certifications in the market, and we've been publicly funded. We believe our potential niche market within the automotive software market to be around 1 billion euros. And we are focusing right now on two specific markets, the European market and the Latin American market, that amount to almost 25% of that market, of that total market. Very quickly, because I only have 17 or 16 seconds left, we expect to have 1.8 million euros of revenues this year, and hopefully we'll be reaching 3.2 million by 2025. And this year we will hopefully end up our cash burnout. Thanks very much. Haven't had time to present the team.
Big applause for Miguel, please. Okay, we're pressed on time. One question, and we move on.
Hello, Leire from Kira here. This software can be used in many other under-digitalized sectors. Are you planning to expand across other industries or sticking to automotive industries?
It is a possibility, as you say. Well, there are many industries that lack digitalization in their processes. We're experts in the automotive industry because the two founders, we come from the automotive industry. It is something that our clients valued. They valued a lot that we knew about the processes, we knew about the industry, and we could bring along that experience that we had, those problems that we suffered. We could bring a solution to them. So we maybe in the future, yes. Right now we're very focused on what we understand.
Okay, big applause to Miguel. Thank you very much for joining. Sorry for the remote thing. I'm under the impression that the remote is just going to be fucking around for the rest of the time. So anyway, so our next company doubles on something we mentioned before, which is, well, as we digitalize more and more industries, we introduce more and more devices that need to be connected, and maybe worst of all, the information needs to be aggregated somehow. We need to connect all that stuff to get a better picture. If you only have one car and several devices, that's okay. If you have a fleet of cars, then this becomes a serious problem. So to talk about how we integrate all these different sources of data and we optimize this data, please welcome our next startup, Jose Garcia Pacheco, CEO of Stata Connect.
Hello everyone. So welcome to the first mobility low-code platform. Put this item, this low-code in the back of your mind. The ingredients for our success so far is we are committed people solving real problems with a global reach. When I mean real people and committed team, is diverse team. It's full of brilliant minds from academia, solid developers and product guys, and this spirit of building something which is not fully new, but is changing the industry. So the market is huge. It's not only the size of the market, it's the complexity. When you have a huge market and big complexity, wherever you are, gives money to all the players. So we are reducing the cost of integration, aggregating more speed, but finally interacting with both parts of the business. And what does mean both parts of the business? I fully agree that there are some developers and some managers over here. So this is the nightmare, your nightmare, right? You have to integrate with many things, many services, and you have not one, but thousands of points of interaction, right? So get ready, because there is another solution, there is another way, which is our way, which is that. No matter you are in the right side or in the left side, you will simplify the way you connect your vehicles, your trackers, your services, and how you put all together to generate a new level of insights and intelligence on your mobility. That's what we are. We are the magic giant tool for mobilities that combines data, that combines services, and which integrate all together to give you the final insights that you need to operate better or to give you a new solution for your customer, right? So no matter you want to see what is happening, or you want to build a perfect pixel detail app for your chargers or your mobility players, that doesn't matter. If you are in the right side, on the left side, you can bring all together. Yes, we are competing with others, but we like to say that you can compete with really good companies. Our idea is not to connect things. Our idea is to next to the next level, which is mobility automation. Think about it, because are we adding artificial intelligence? Yes. It's the part of your work that will define your final solution. It's amazing how we can build it. We are part of a startup, so we are a solid player in 19 countries with more than 2 million customer reach. And we are a trusted partner also for OEMs that want to work with us as a way to distribute their business around the world. We're not raising money today. That's the thing. But we have open hand to all the players today, the mobility guys, to give you solutions. OK, thank you so much.
There we go. Oh, no, stay. We can take one question. Judges, one question. Question for Jose? No. You got them then.
Thank you.
Big applause for Jose. Thank you very much. OK, now we're speaking drones. And I think energy grid is in everyone's mind, especially after the whole Ukraine special operation war, and how important infrastructure is for any nation, any region, right? However, we rarely think about how maintenance is done in critical infrastructure. And sometimes it's very expensive to do the maintenance. In other cases, it's so expensive that they don't even do it because it's so expensive. Well, what we're going to hear today is a company that has been coming several times to South Summit. I'm very, very happy to see them evolve and grow as they've done. That precisely replaces crewed helicopters for long-range drones in power line inspections. And he's bringing the big guns. So please welcome, big applause, to Carlos Matilla Condesal, CEO of Fubex. Thank you, Carlos.
Hi, everyone. I am Carlos Matilla. I am the CEO and co-founder of Fubex. I am a magician, and today I am going to show you the magic about how we are transforming power line inspections. So I would like to start with a question. Do you know how many kilometers of power lines are there in the world? Over 100 million kilometers. Today, they are being inspected with sorry, this is not the presentation, so anyway. With on-foot inspectors or crew helicopters, which are the main characteristic that is used, the main vehicle. This is extremely expensive, they have personal risk, and they have pollution. So what we are doing is we are changing the power line distribution with long-range drones that save up to 94% cost. Don't look at the presentation because it's not the right one. And we are changing the power line inspection with long-range drone with 94% fewer cost, no personal risk, and no emissions. To do so, we have developed a patented technology aircraft capable of performing fully autonomous operations over the power lines. Moreover, this is a highly regulated sector with a certification that costs over $1 million, an authorization that, just to give you an idea of the complexity, it took us 4 years to achieve the first European certification of its class. With this authorization, we are performing full inspection services to power line companies, and right now, we have achieved to inspect over 1,000 kilometers with long-range drones in power line inspection for Naturgy, our first client, and we are working right now so Naturgy becomes the first European utility completely digitized with long-range drones. So this is our first market, power line infrastructure, that is over 200 million euros in Europe. We are already scaling out in public services and emergency support. That is over 2 billion euros, but this is a market that is exploding with over 500 billion euros expected to reach in 2030. So there are plenty of competitors in this market, much more companies that we can speak about. But we are already performing services for less than a third than our competitors. Our client will speak later. And let me remind you something. This is not just about money. This is not just about saving a little bit of money. This is about a team that has grown from 6 to 30 team members in less than 10 years, in less than 1 year, sorry. And we are fully devoted to make infrastructure safe again. So with your help and with 1 million euros, so you have any spare pocket, please come to me later. Really, we will disrupt this sector. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Carlos. And now I'm going to call the person paying. So please welcome on stage. Big applause to Maite Hormigo, Innovation at UFD, Group Energy. Big applause to Maite.
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
And judges, questions. I believe we had a question here.
Hi, this is Jose Antonio from Iberia Airlines. So we have a company that relates to yours. My question is about size and scalability and complexity of this operation, because you said the market is exploding, and to have a few drones in the air is easy to manage, but when you're looking for hundreds or dozens, you need to have a maintenance program, security, training, operations control center. How do you plan to deal with that?
Well, we are already scaling up in terms of operations. So last year we were 2 teams. Right now we are 5 teams. So we are not on that size, but we are scaling up. In that sense, as you may know, there are these technologies called USpace, that is an unmanned traffic management system. We are already participating in the key projects to develop this technology and to be early adopters of that technology. And we are collaborating with different companies that develop this technology. Of course, we are focused on the service to our client and the development of the aircraft, a fully autonomous aircraft. But this is a market that we cannot disrupt alone. So we have to work with companies. Hopefully, if you have any ideas, we can speak later. And this is a market that is exploding. So, hey, come to talk to us.
Okay, well, we're out of time, sadly. So please, big applause to both. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
By the way, speaking of drone security, hold your thoughts because I have a startup for you in a second. By the way, there's a giant yellow M&M there. What is going on? Hello, M&M. Huge M&M there, seriously. Okay, so in this case, we're getting distracted by the giant M&M. So we're flying to Romania in this case, and we're going to be talking about, again, the fragmentation of all the systems that we have, especially in last mile logistics. That means, how do we integrate the warehouse software? How do we integrate the SAP? How do we integrate the e-commerce part? How do we integrate the tracking system? Well, right now, most of the companies are kind of gluing this together, but we have here on stage a solution that's a one and all operating system for last mile logistics from Romania. Please welcome Mircea Stan, CEO of Postis.
Thank you very much. Very nice introduction. I hope that the presentation will be as exciting as it was the introduction. First, do you know that 50% of the operation in the last mile logistics is still done with pen and paper or the Excel for that matter? Or that the utilization factor for the last mile vehicle is less than 50%? Maybe you don't know that, but I'm pretty sure that you experience what's happening during the Black Fridays or the end of the season, peak season, when you shop something from the e-shops. There is a better way to do it. Yes, there is, and the change will happen. Instead of manual work, you will have the automation. Instead of guess, you'll have some data-driven decision using some machine learning and some other tools that you'll suggest what is the better way to do it. And more than that, having all glue to a single platform which offer you the plug-and-play integration of the application for the last mile. That will be the last mile OS. This is what Postis is offering through a simple API, is giving you the full visibility, transparency, and access to an endless delivery option. The market is huge, it's a very dynamic, and now it's very focused on the operation efficiency. We had a very good traction. This year we will finalize with more than 1 million in annual recurring revenue, and a lot of benefit for our customers. We are, let's say, chosen by big brands and big retailers from all over the world, and they are truly love us because they are able to be more efficient and be, let's say, very scalable when they want to develop the business. Where 15 people with very huge, let's say, experience in building product and creating startups. Thank you very much.
Okay, questions for Mithea? Judges? Anyone? Knight, please. Thank you.
How would you describe the key 2-3 characteristics for which you are selected by all these partners? Congratulations, by the way, for the achievements.
Yes. By integrating all the applications that they have in the last mile logistics, they succeed to decrease the overall operational cost with somewhere between 10 to 25%, depending on the complexity and the volumes. They have more visibility of what's happening from the first click till the moment they deliver the goods to the door of the shoppers. And they increase loyalty in time, and they will be more efficient in selling the goods on the shopping part.
Okay, well, big applause for Mithea. Thank you very much. He's a quiet man, just like rocking the industry. Okay, so we're now centering the scope in cities, and we all know that cities are growing, they're becoming super cities. But there's one of the major issues with cities is that there's not enough information, or there's not enough digitalization of the information for the city to plan the growing up, and essentially turning the cities into resilient cities. This is something that the UN is pushing a lot. Now, our next company precisely provides that information. Makes me very happy, first of all, because it's a space tech company. We have a whole space tech track tomorrow at Catalysis that I'll be running. So it makes me very happy that we have that, but it's especially important to start integrating these data sources to planning the future resilience of a city. So to talk about how they do that, how they merge satellite data and AI algorithms, please welcome Andrea Montieri from Latitudo 40, all the way from Italy. Big applause.
Hope it works. Perfect. So we know very well that 93% of cities are at risk of climate change. And that's why cities around the world, but especially in Europe, are acting and reaching a risk to zero emission. So that's why they are acting, because they are at risk, and that's where Latitudo intervenes. Latitudo 40 intervenes. So we have a problem, and the problem is that there are two problems. The first, that these cities lack data, and so without data, they cannot act. The other problem is that also if they have data, they don't have often specialized people that can understand this data. And this is where we arrive. So we developed a solution where we take data from space, satellite images and satellite data, and through our software and artificial intelligence and machine learning, we analyze this data and we produce geospatial analysis that can be seen by our client. We are making we are simplifying a process that is complex. So we take the data, automatically we transform them, and then on our dashboard we can present them in a very easy manner. We are developing new software. In particular, our jewel is our AI-based super resolution, because obviously multispectral satellites have a limit of 10 per 10 meters, and we are developing a software. We developed a software where we can reach a 1 per 1 meter resolution. That's very helpful for cities. So our customers are digital cities and also digital integrators and companies that work in infrastructures. So these are the layers that we developed, and we have a lot of layers, and we are developing a lot more layers. In this case, we can analyze earthquake risk, urban cooling and parking island inside a city. We can analyze also the tree coverage of a city, the density of the city, and many, many more. For example, the albedo. And we are developing more and more layers. So the market is huge. There are a lot of opportunities, and there are a lot of cities that want to intervene in their resilience in order to improve themselves. And that's why we are decided to do a very aggressive plan of growth. We have a lot of clients. We are developing with our company with a lot of clients. We are growing a lot. And our business model is they pay for the use of the platform, but they also pay for our data set. So it's a very flexible model. Our team is growing and is very good, I can say. And we have a goal altogether that is helping to make cities more resilient. And so our plan of revenues is very aggressive, and so we are growing a lot. And so that's why I think our model is very good, because it can be very helpful for cities, and it's something that city really needs.
Sorry. Okay, judges, questions for Andrea? Questions? There we go. Here. Oh, well, they stole your thunder.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to see a co-national on stage. So welcome to Madrid. Maybe I got it wrong, but at some point you say this will help the cities to be redesigned to some extent, but we don't see a lot of like, let's say, huge projects. Maybe like now in Paris, they're redoing the city for the Olympics, but that's one-off, right? So I wonder, how do you achieve in a kind of in the next 2-3 years product market fit and a clear customer adoption, which is quite fast? Let's say, because
so that's a very good.
From Italian to Italian, make it short, please.
It's a very good question, because with our software, cities can not only act at a great level, at a huge level, but also at a very small level. We are talking about parking, we are talking about small parks. So these are kind of intervention that cities do often. In that case, they ask for our services. They are not only doing big projects in order to reach immediately zero emission. We can start from the small things and we can provide them.
Okay, there we go. Well, Andrea, grazie mille. Big applause to Andrea. Thank you very much. I have to confess that the name of the startup, Latitudo, it's so Italian, it's so beautiful. Now, I told you, where is Iberia? Where are you guys? There you go, and team is over there. This is for you guys. We're talking about the security, right? The security of drones. And our next startup is precisely dealing with that. It's really, I have the chance to see the pitch. It's a really fascinating company, incredible industrial background. And what it basically produces is drone analytics, but with a very specific goal in mind. How can we solve collision avoidance, among many other things, automatically for the drones and pass all the certifications of the federal aviation agencies? Got your attention? So please welcome our next startup from Spain, Fernando Gago, CEO of Sensenautics.
Hello everyone, my name is Fernando Gago, CEO of Sensenautics. We've all known for a while that drones have massive potential for many industries, but we still don't seem to see them flying above our heads every day, right? Why is that? It's safety, right? Aeronautics is an industry that is all about safety. And drone operations, to make economical sense and to scale, they need to be autonomous, they need to go beyond the visual line of sight of the pilot, and they need to happen on shared space. And safety agencies say, fine, but you need to be autonomous as well in avoiding obstacles. Right? That requirement is called a detect and avoid system. We have developed one of the world's most robust and efficient of such systems, and we've done it based on artificial vision. Who are we? We're a spin-off company from a research center where our team has been working on this technology for over a decade in military-grade settings and has decided that it's time to take it to the civil market. And it's already a fairly big market, but it's expected to double in 2 years thanks to this autonomous service. We don't build drones. We enable them for these services, and we plan on capture part of that value, of course. There is competition, some more direct, some are potential partners, and they've all raised substantial capital. And in general, they're pushing for a very monolithic approach in terms of product integration and business model. We instead are taking a top-performing technology, like the one I'm showing on screen, and we are focusing a lot on flexibility, because that we've come to understand that this is what this industry needs. And by flexibility, I mean two things. I mean how the product is consumed. We can be a box on board a drone, sorry. We can run on the drone's own computer, a local server, or even the cloud. But also business model-wise, we don't have the pressure to push for a specific model. We instead, of course, focus on software license, but can work also with the purchase of the hardware and services like integrations and setups. 3 main pillars of growth for us. The operators. They run third-party drones and want our system installed as a plug-and-play. The drone manufacturers, we work with them, so the next version of the drones, the next models include our technology embedded. And the fleet management platforms. They want to offer our solution as a software add-on to the platform. Team is currently 6, soon to be 8. These are the 3 co-founders a couple of weeks ago in Denver, where we went to a trade show and managed to catch an NBA game. Jose is a computer vision PhD. He's been at Gradient for over a decade now, and as the head of Vialytics, he's pretty much the mastermind behind our technology. Jago, also telco engineer, also 10 years in Gradient, and has been leading the international expansion of the center over the last few years. Myself, I am a civil engineer, an MBA from IESE. Before I joined the team, I led innovation at Kaleido, the logistics group. And let me say, I'm just happy and lucky that these two are willing to jump out of their comfort zone research center and join me for this. Finally, to conclude, we have seed funding of 600K and $1.5 million in R&D projects. We have our demo kits with the clients like the ones I showed before in test. So we reach early 2024, the first quarter, with the best market fit, and we start in commercial operations. Also next year, we're going to raise a round. So if you think this is an interesting industry and that artificial vision has a role to play in its future, we might be someone to talk to. Thank you.
That was amazing, Fernando. Wow. I have to say, really nice pitch. I was looking for the changes. Great job. Okay, judges, questions for Fernando. I'll let him. He has to talk.
Hi, congratulations for the presentation. Do you envisage using this technology with passenger drones down the road?
Yes, with companies like Whisk or, yeah.
And how long do you think it's going to take for you to get to that?
Well, I assume that that type of event is going to be a certified system. So the R&D project I mentioned of over $1.5 million is a 2-year project to make a detect and avoid certifiable version of our system. So more risk, more certification.
I can see the deal happening here, man. You need to talk later on. Innovation team is over there at the back, so they're listening also.
Okay.
Big applause to Fernando. Thank you very much. Great pitch. And now we're moving from drones, aircrafts, to trucks. Despite all the things we're trying to do, trucks are still an essential element of moving goods from one place to the other one. We've been trying to digitalize it, but it's still taking a lot of time. So our next company is making a blend of solutions that make a lot of sense. First one as an in-between connecting merchandise and good in need of transport with the actual trucks that are going to make the transport. We've seen that, but they're pushing the limits towards also offering their own solutions to be integrated all the way in the trucking companies. So to talk about how they do that, please welcome our next startup from Spain, David Vives, Executive Director of Tenders.
So just before starting, have a look around you. Any item or product that you can see, in fact, 75% of goods all around the globe go by truck. This industry is one of the biggest industries in the world, and it's one of the key sectors globally. In fact, the market is huge. Market value only in Europe is 350 billion, and all around the globe is more than 3.5 trillion market value. In Tenders, only in 1.5 years of operations, we have already passed 11 million in revenues, not GMV, important point. And we are solving several problems. First of all, this industry has a lot of issues. To summarize them, some of them, there's a driver shortage. There's also a price volatility, and the market is extremely fragmented. There's huge problem in terms of cash flow for transport companies that they don't get paid when they should. And at the same time, the most important one, the market is extremely, extremely traditional. Imagine that the communication between players is done by Excel, by WhatsApp, by phone. Some still exchange communication by fax. So there's huge challenges to overcome. That's why our main mission is to find a balance between technology and people. Market needs a change, needs to be much more automated, but this change cannot be overnight. And that's why this balance between the tech and people, it's key to help this sector to make a transition to the change. At the same time, our vision is to become the largest transport service aggregator in Europe. So our business model, we're focused 100% B2B in the niche of long distances all around Europe. We're focusing to the SMEs, small to medium companies. Big companies are welcome to the model, but our target are companies that are transporting goods or are willing to be transported all around Europe, long distances. We focus to shippers, carriers, and also intermediaries. Our model is based on 4 main pillars. First one, transactional one. Operationally, we have teams in Barcelona and also a branch in Poland that help you transport goods all around Europe. At the same time, as soon as we have the trust of the customer and the customer is willing to get digitized, early adopters can adopt our software so they can be much more automated in terms of processes. Also, transport companies have this issue of cash flow. So we give them the capabilities to advance payment in only 48 hours. So we solve their issue, and at the same time, we create a more efficient P&L in terms of margins. And last but not least, assuming that we are in the whole value chain, we can help reduce the carbon footprint of the industry. In terms of metrics, we are focusing actually in 2023, not only on growth, mainly on healthy growth, focusing on margins, multiplying per 5 compared to 2022. And in terms of the competitive analysis, what we can see is that there's a lot of solutions in this sector, and our main competitive advantage is aggregating some of these solutions into one-stop shop, into one only solution through an ecosystem of solutions, basically. The team is composed from brilliant minds. In fact, 3 of my co-founders are coming also from logistics, more than 10 years of experience there, and also experts on the technological side for the software as a service. Last but not least, we have a team of 50 people, so we are open. We are in a Series A currently, and feel free to reach out. Thank you very much.
Big applause, please, for David. Okay, questions. Judges, do we have any questions for David? Anyone? 1, 2, 3? No? That side, that's very silent? No questions? Okay, well, David, thank you very much. Big applause for David. Thank you very much, sir. And we are heading for the last one of the block, and we're flying all the way to Germany. And, you know, we're going back to the idea of maintenance, right? That a lot of the times we don't really understand or even ask the question how things are maintained, right? Especially infrastructure. I always, honestly, when I drive around Madrid, sometimes I ask myself, how do they know that they need to fix this road? Okay, I know I'm weird and I ask these weird questions. Like my wife always looks at me, it's like, why are you asking this question? It's like, I'm just curious, who actually goes with a pen and paper and goes like, we need to fix this, we need to fix that. Well, we're gonna see an example of how we can use technology and AI to enhance the ability to keep track of when and how to fix the roads and do road maintenance. And to do that, we're going to Germany, and please welcome our next speaker, and let's see if I manage to say it right. Okay, I'm gonna try. Danilo Jovic Albrecht, founder of Vialytics.
Hi, I'm Danilo, founder of Vialytics. And when you open the door of your house and you leave, you stand in front of a road. Roads are everywhere. They can be beautiful. They can be huge. They shape our public space. But roads are super expensive and they're in bad shape. Why is that? We asked this question 6 years ago. It's very easy because cities don't have data on their road condition. That's crazy. We couldn't believe that. So what happens? If they don't have data, they miss this turning point and the road starts to decrease, to be totally damaged. But when they have data, they can detect the right moment. For example, they start filling the cracks to save the top layer of the road. And then they can double the lifetime. And that's a huge impact for our environment. And of course, there's more money in the city to be spent on nice projects to increase the livability in the city. So we just replaced basically pen and paper. How does it work? So we deliver an iPhone with our Vialytics app, and guys from the public works, they drive around from A to B, and while doing so, they collect image data. Super easy. They just press start, collect imagery, and then this is transferred into our cloud, and there the magic happens. So this AI, our AI, detects single damages on the road surface. We classify 15 different damage types. And this is transferred into a management system. Our web tool is very user-friendly. They open it. Green is good. Red is bad shape. There's also intelligence. So here we got a road safety alert. Let's open that picture, and we see there's a pothole. So this pothole has to be fixed. It's our right to have safe roads. So if you're a cyclist and you fall down and you break your leg, the city can be sued, and they have to pay. So now the city can plan. The tool helps for the budgeting process. And finally, they have data to improve the whole road quality. Also, it works for bike lanes, of course. And we work with more than 300 cities. Our core markets are Germany and France. We have some other international clients. And we just opened our US office after raising our Series A this year. Yeah, so if you want better roads in Spain, talk to your mayor, talk to your town hall, write me on LinkedIn, just add me on LinkedIn, Danilo Jovicic Albrecht. Thank you.
Thank you, Danilo. Very good pitch. Okay, judges, final startup of the block, final questions. Anyone? No? No? Yes? Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Wait. Oh, we have one there. Do you mind lending it to the lady, if you don't mind? Thank you. Yeah, speak.
Who are your main partners? Who are your main partners to develop the business and expand?
Okay, we do direct sales, but also we have distribution partners, engineering offices, yeah.
Yeah. Italy, you still want to make the question? Very quickly? Very short, please.
Well, I mean, B2G, like, very nice idea, big problem, but who will pay you? And how long it takes before getting paid? How long is the sales cycle? So how do you tackle this?
So it's a surprise. It's very fast. Yes. Our ticket size is not huge. In average, it's 10K per year, so they can afford it. So it's just a couple of months, not that much.
Very good. Italians always thinking about the money, huh? You see?
That's right.
Big applause to Danilo. Thank you very much.